You see this guy right here. His name is The Question, and he's a member of the Justice League. He's just uncovered information about the Justice League that could lead to the end of the world. The Question discovered that the beloved Superman was responsible for the assassination of the president in an alternate universe. To make matters worse, he discovered that this same tragedy is destined to happen in their own universe, and real soon. Terrified of this impending doom, The Question decides to take matters into his own hands and attempts to kill Luthor before Superman can. However, this bold move sets off a butterfly effect that drastically changes the timeline. The Question had developed a conspiracy theory, a conspiracy so dangerous it could threaten the very fabric of the world. I like to call it the Doomsday Theory. The Doomsday Theory suggested the existence of a hidden organization pulling strings and manipulating events behind the scenes. The organization went by Project Cadmus. They were a secret government organization designed to counter the Justice League by using advanced cloning and genetic experiments to create failsafes against mutant beings. This theory wasn't just paranoia. His predictions had always been uncannily accurate. But what made this conspiracy even more alarming was how plausible it all seemed. If the Doomsday Theory was true, it wasn't just the Justice League that was at risk, it was the entire world. Despite his warnings to the other members, the League didn't believe him, and his obsession with uncovering the Doomsday Conspiracy Theory made him look insane. Eventually, his digging led him to stealing confidential Cadmus files. What he uncovered was far worse than even he had anticipated. Buried in the data was shocking evidence, footage from an alternate universe. In the alternative universe, Superman killed Lex Luthor, who had become president in cold blood. This act set off a devastating chain reaction. Flash would be killed, and Superman retaliated by waging war on the government. Superman, along with the other Justice League members, would reform their group and become the Justice Lords, an evil version of the Justice League. The Justice Lords' descent into authoritarianism led to an all-out war between metahumans and the rest of the world, ultimately resulting in planetary devastation. The Doomsday Theory was proven to be a fact. What terrified The Question even more was Cadmus's simulations showing an eerily similar trajectory in their own world. According to the files, the same events were destined to repeat themselves. Luthor would rise to power as president, Flash would die, and Superman, driven by grief and rage, would lose control, just like his Justice Lord counterpart. He decided to act on his own and attempted to kill Lex Luthor before he could manipulate events to his advantage. Unfortunately for him, this led to The Question being captured and tortured for information. Days passed, and Huntress grew increasingly worried as she realized The Question had disappeared. With no one else to turn to, she swallowed her pride and sought help from Superman, though it wasn't easy for her. Because Huntress had been kicked out of the Justice League due to unethical methods, she still had no other choice. Her decision to seek Superman's help wasn't ideal, but time was running out, and The Question was in danger. In a desperate bid to save him, Superman and Huntress teamed up to break into Cadmus and rescue The Question. In the following weeks, after he had recovered, The Question worked tirelessly alongside the League to uncover the full extent of the Doomsday Conspiracy. And with his help, they were able to break apart what Cadmus and Lex Luthor had going. What the League uncovered with the help of The Question was far darker than they had imagined. It was revealed that Luthor's presidential campaign had always been a cover-up from the very beginning, a mere distraction in a much larger scheme. He manipulated Amanda Waller and Cadmus, using them as mere pawns in his grand scheme to achieve this power and domination, merging with Brainiac to take control of the world. Amanda Waller, initially loyal to Cadmus, eventually saw the bigger picture and turned against Luthor, in bringing his plans to a halt and ensuring that Cadmus was shut down for good. With Cadmus dismantled and Lex Luthor behind bars, the world was safe once more, at least for now. The Justice League had silenced one of its greatest threats, but it was all thanks to The Question. His determination and unwavering pursuit of the truth had made it possible, proving that even the most unassuming hero could make all the difference. However, was Cadmus truly wrong in their beliefs? The Justice League holds immense power, power capable of shaping nations, toppling governments, and even threatening the planet itself. With great power comes great responsibility. But is there a line where power becomes too much? History has shown that even the strongest alliances can falter, and the League is no exception. They've faced internal conflicts before, and they will undoubtedly face them again. The question remains, what happens when the very force sworn to protect the world becomes its greatest threat?